Greetings, salutations, Walmart, Kingsport, Tennessee. We're on Fort Henry Drive. As I say every week, or every time I go in the store, the toy section here kind of lacks sometimes, but they have a pretty good collector section. So let's go see what they got. Let's see what we got going on back here today. Parks and Rec. More Parks and Rec. Say anything. Naruto. You fly and dock down there. An empty smiling critters display. There's Platy Gardner and Common Captain Cold. Willie Nelson, I haven't seen this since it was at, just to show that stuff real quick. I haven't seen these since they were all over Books A Million. That's actually a pretty good likeness to him. Of course, it's NECA, so they usually do pretty good. What have we got there? Superman, the Platinum Gardener again, the barcode. And right here, guys, nicest figure of this wave, in my opinion. If I can get it out of here, 227 groceries. Okay. Captain Code, barcode. All right, we're going to take a picture of Cole and Gardner for, you know what, thumbnail fodder. Over here, we got Turtles. You got Night Watcher Leo. Got a couple of Tatsus. Let me scan those. Actually got 3 or 4 Tatsus back in there. See if they're on clearance. But kind of the same old we see in every collector's section. But let's go do our scanning, take our pictures, and we'll go back to the toy section. Let's do a quick walkthrough of Fort Henry Drive's toys. Nothing. Well, I got a bunch of Nintendo video game figures here, but none of the new stuff yet. Unfortunately, they still got Shadow on the back. They had a buttload of those in every Walmart in my area. I never dreamed they would have sold, but man, they did. They sold out actually fairly quickly. There's Triple H, Triple H, Jackson, Colton Gunn, old superstars. Can't wait to see the new waves of those. Got Star Wars stuff. Don't see anything new and groundbreaking. There's Owens and Austin. Finn Balor. Are these new? Includes microphone. That's not a bad looking Austin for a basic figure. Gunther and The Miz, Damian Priest, Finn Balor. Oh, there's some of the shipper stuff for Star Wars. Did I overlook the... Yeah, there's the Mixed Masters. Lord, right in front of my face. Okay, anyways. Oh, that's cool. The Money in the Bank briefcase. And then there is Miz and Gunther. That's not a terrible... Well, Miz is pretty bad. Gunther looks... I don't know. But yeah, we got some new basic 2-packs. Stick that in there. Hook that in there. This is fun. Come on. Oh, I thought that was new droids. It's not. Mixed Masters. I don't know if I'll get into the Star Wars or not, but that one's the one that intrigues me. I think a Stormtrooper helmet on Iron Man's armor. That would be fun. That's the kind of stuff there that makes customizing an option for people like me who have no artistic skill, who can't paint or... Oh, we got a... Oh, guys, I saw these stacks. I thought, man, they've got the retro card. Peter B. Or not, it's not Peter B. Quit saying that. Peter Parker. There is Avatar, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Punk, Miles in the black suit, Miles in the Prowler, another black suit Miles, $20.99. But they got the whole wave, multiples of some. They put out a couple of cases of those. That's the only one I was tempted to buy, but I never did grab it. All right, guys. Transformers. Oh, they do have some of these. There's Hatchet. Have they got Double Punch? I don't see it. Slipstream, Quake. I think I've seen these. Yeah, I remember seeing the big wings on them there. Oh, here we go. Double Punch, a bunch of them. And there is Hatchet. Those have been showing up lately. Gold Batmobile. Any new shippers? Man, look at the fishing poles. I don't see anything else different. All right, guys, we're going to shut it off now, but a bunch of Marvel Legends Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse figures here. We're now at Ross. We're in Kingsport, Tennessee. Let's go see if we can track down some of that Batman 66 stuff, guys. Still like to find like that Wayne Manor library and some of that stuff, if we can track it down. Let's go look and see. Here we go. I don't see much going on down through there. We're going to go Digger. Oh, that's Play-Doh. Okay, I thought I saw one that McFarlane said. It's not it. Anywho, Stumble Guys. Some Hot Wheels sets. Bunch of sharks. I swim and stalk prey just like a real shark. Oh, wait, they got skull ships. Cool. I have yet to see this at Ross, any of the superpower stuff. So this is sweet. I'm showing barcodes. Man, these are what, $3.99? Yeah, $3.99 for that. It was what, $20 when it was new. The bug showing up, the Blue Beetle ship, really kind of chats my butt a little bit. That thing was $30 and it was new. It's $3.99 if you find it at Ross. But that's a cool find. I've been saying for a long time that one of these days you're going to see superpowers all over Ollie's or Ross. It looks like they're starting to hit Ross. I haven't seen figures hit yet. I have seen people finding those. Now I finally found them. I can remember an AZ Toy Hunters Guild. That was an unannounced drop from McFarlane. That skull ship found that, and people were accusing him of faking that image. And then before you know it, they were everywhere. Zuru Max. Dino Wars. So they got one of these little assembly line kits. If these were cheaper than $15, I may grab a couple of them, but they're not very many pieces. Which I have built those before. They are fun model kits, and they're not bad quality once you get them put together. At least the ones I've messed with in the past. There's Rocket. Raphael bobblehead. Kamala Khan. I'm not seeing much going on down here, but it's cool to see those skull ships. DC skateboards. Tech deck. Well, guys, I think that is going to do it. We're going to check up front, see if there's anything by the register, and I'm going to take some pictures of these skull ships back there. I finally get to see these things, but if I see anything else in here, let's just take a look at these just in case. Something grew legs and walked over here. They had the superpower stuff. I would kick myself if something I wanted was laying down here in one of these shelves. I didn't even look. Nah, I can pass on those brass dolls for now. Alrighty, let's take some pictures of these guys and let's get out of here. Ross Dress for Less. You ever heard of one of these? Apparently, they've got toys for cheap. So we're going to run in here and see what they got. Ross in Greenville. See what they got. Ooh, they got a 57 vet model kit. It's kind of nice. How many pieces are these things? 25? What we got behind there? A couple of IndyCar sets. What's this? Disney Doorables. DHL truck. Leo on a little four-wheeler thingy-over. Black Panther and a Mazda RX-7. Stumble Guys stuff. Oops. I don't know what Stumble Guys is. I think it's an app game. I'm not for sure. Those are on clearance, $6.99. Or reduced. They don't really call it clearance here. The Batmobiles. More Batmobiles. Still not seeing the Batman 66 dioramas. I like to lay eyes on those. Because like I said, it'd probably be a dangerous thing. They'll probably end up buying them. Mysterio. He's reduced. He's actually got a couple of reduced stickers on him. $4.99. It's probably not bad for that size of a pop. Not buying pops though. Toka. I don't recall if he was here or not. Oh, it's APEC. I thought that was GIJoe Classified for a second. I saw the number on the side of the box. Donnie, more Stumble Guys. Those little Nightmare Before Christmas figures. Star Wars, Morgan Elsbeth, Soka, a couple of Landos. I just stepped on some slimy goop down there. What we got here? Forge, Kang, bunch of pops. But yeah, still though, look at this. I mean, it's a very stylish. There's Bitty Pops. I don't know if I've seen Bitty Pops here before. How much are they? $3.99? Alright guys, we'll dig through this stuff a little bit more. I may check over in the men's gift section to see if they might have anything over there. They usually don't. I keep thinking maybe there's like a bleed over since they got so much stuff. Oh, never mind. They got a Batman 66. They had this the other day when I was here. I'm assuming it's a holdover unless they got another one. And they got the Fast and Furious car set. So there we go. We got a couple of finds here. Fast and the Furious, got the Batbot. Batman robot is tempting, but it would just be, I would just be buying it because it's $4.99. Now this is 13, yeah, 13. All right, so that just goes to show I need to dig through this stuff a little bit. We're going to do that. We're going to dig around. If I do dig anything else good out of here, I will record it. If I do not, then we're going to go somewhere else. You can't see all the sign up there. We are at, well, Dick's actually. We're going in the mall in Johnson City, Tennessee, which means we're going to run to GameStop and see what they got, guys. GameStops have been loaded the last little while, so let's see if the one here in the mall's got anything. Let's see what they got. There's Miles Morales statue in there. They got Cyclops up there and those statues. Saw Logan and Hitbull, saw that in Bristol last week. And check this out. Found this at the home base. Actually picked it up last hunt video. And we got Iron Man and Beyonder and Secret Wars. So yeah, like the other GameStops, they've got some stuff. Ooh, where's one of the purple Jokers? I haven't seen the common in a while. Seen the platinum more than the common. Captain Cold, manga Batman, but it's the older wave. Oh, here we go, there's Storm. That's pretty cool, I haven't seen that yet. Spidey, Sub-Zero. There's Skywarp and Skywarp. Are these new? There is Galaxy Shuttle. I don't know if that's new or not. This one we have seen. Overcharge, Barcode, another Galvatron. Seen him at Target a few times. Barcode, Agent Knight, Double Punch. So yeah, they definitely got some of the newer stuff as well. Joe's back here, you got a Trooper and Stalker. A couple of scrap irons. Let's see what we got over here. There's Daredevil, so he's got all the statues. You don't have the platinum of that one though. Alright, oh, they got Kong. Okay, I thought he was a big one. I know he was a smaller one. Alrighty, we got some stuff to take pictures of. Let's do that, and then we'll look around and see if we can find anything else. Books a million. Can't see it all there, but that's where we are. We're in Johnson City. Let's go in the bookstore and see if they got anything. Slim pickings at the old bookstore this morning. They do have, I think this is a new wave of Demon Slayer figures. I want to say it's action figure now posted. But these being new. So that one, they do have a couple of platinums. That's the platinum of that person. You can see the difference there. Actually, best you can with the lights glaring on it. But Stealth Ninja He-Man, they got, oops, Ninjas. And they got the new Spider-Man statue. Pose figure again. I got pumpkin bombs down there. Notice that. That's pretty sweet. Beetlegeese. Still got the Hulk statue. That's tempting to purchase. Another Batman and Kong down there. That was not on clearance in the Johnson City Target, by the way. I don't know when I'll post this video for Books a Million, but nothing back here. Oh, sorry guys, had to sniff. Justice Buster, Anti-Monitors, Doomsdays, Dr. Fate, Aquaman, the Weapon of Vengeance. It's an awesome figure. They had some collector's editions last week that we found here. It doesn't look like a whole lot going on this morning. It's been a slow weekend. GameStop's been the only really hitters I've had around here lately. We haven't hit them yet, they're unopened. And again, you've already seen that. I don't know when I'll post this footage, if I'll even use it, because there's not much here. Joe Tribbiani. Any cool pops? Dr. Phosphorus. I need to watch Creature Commandos. Heard that was really good. Oh, I thought that was Darth Maul from Insidious. That Batman in the Batcave was a fun one. Got plenty of blade down there for him. A couple of X23. I don't see her Remilebo. They call him the Gambit. Alright guys, we're going to cut this one off. Not much going on here today. We'll be back in Books and Million stores next week. Hopefully we can track some stuff down. Still trying to find Superman and maskless Batman and superpowers if we can find them. But the hunt will continue. Let's see if we can dig them up somewhere else. All right, my friends, let's start out with some toy news, and let's start out with the biggest toy news from last week, and that is the DC license. McFarlane Toys did not get the bid for the DC license. That means when their current deal runs out, which if I understand right, is either the end of 2025 into the beginning of 2026, it does go back to Mattel. Now, for those of you who are not aware, Mattel did have the DC license, and they made the multiverse figures before McFarlane Toys got it. I don't remember exactly when Todd got it. Wasn't like 2019, 2020. I think it was 2020 when it took effect. I think it was a 5-year deal. But anywho, it is going back to Mattel after the current deal with McFarlane Toys expires. First of all, everybody, you watch my channel, you know I'm fond of McFarlane Toys. I like the DC Multiverse line. It's got its flaws like all other toy lines do, but at the end of the day, I have enjoyed the figures, and I would thank McFarlane Toys for what they've been able to give us and everything they put out since they've had the license there. It's been a fun ride trying to collect their stuff. Some of the good stuff, as far as having like a YouTube channel or something, there were always constant releases of figures to keep fueling, I guess, your finds for your toy hunts and all that stuff. Also, for those of us who do any kind of toy news, you know, how many times have you heard me say during this segment that I can always count Uncle Todd to have some pre-orders or announcements out there to give me something to talk about during the toy news. Another thing I will say of McFarlane Toys and the DC Multiverse line is the price. So when I first really got into them, I think they were $15 when they first started. They were $19.99 for the longest time, $20 for what you would get with them. And then they went up to $23 there here at the end. And still, I mean, I think that's a better value sometimes what you get for a lot more money with some of these other lines. They're now putting the soft wired capes on most of the characters that come out, and the price didn't change. So I'll give them kudos for keeping, I guess, their costs kind of controlled to be able to keep their retail price a little bit lower than the competitors. Also, with McFarlane Toys, you got to say, he gave us a variety of options. It wasn't just figures. You had figures, you had vehicles, movie props, life-size cows. I mean, all kinds of stuff came down the pipe from McFarlane Toys on the DC license while he's had the run with it. And one more thing that's kind of going to go into my next, the bad with McFarlane Toys. The last thing I will say, when they had the platinum figures, it was fun trying to track down the variants. I mean, when I first started getting into McFarlane, the platinums were not as widespread as they are now, and they were actual chase figures. They were hard to find, and there are still some now that come down that are like that. The most recent one I can think of was that Superpowers color Mr. Freeze, and then the gray Nightfall Catwoman. Those were actually a little bit harder to track down than some of the others, so it was fun trying to get the variants. Now, if you go into what I would consider the negatives with McFarlane and the DC license, I'm going to start with too many variants. I mean, when I first started collecting, every now and then you get a platinum version, which made them more fun and more challenging to find. As time went on, there were just way too many variants, in my opinion. Now you get these waves that come out. Let's go with the collector's editions, per se. Every figure has a variant. If there's 3 figures in that way, which is what comes out in those most of the time, each figure is going to have a platinum. So if you want to get the true full wave, you're going to have to buy 6 figures for a 3-figure wave. And now you've got the tiered system with a gold platinum sticker, a silver platinum sticker, a red platinum sticker. It's just a little bit crazy, I think, with the variants and the so-called chase figures. I think that got a little bit out of hand with this line, especially in the last 1.5 to 2 years. The constant releases, if you wanted to be a completionist, I don't see how you could unless you had a very high-paying job to keep up with everything McFarlane put out, because it was every other month you were seeing a new wave of figures in one of the lines that they had come out. But again, he kept product on the shelf, I'll give him that, but all those releases, it was kind of hard to keep up with, financially, if he was cranking out figures you wanted to add to your collection.
I haven't experienced a lot of QC issues with my McFarlane. I've never had one break, but I know a lot of friends, a lot of other collectors have had a lot of issues with QC issues with them. Now, I do know that sometimes, like a Batman, the bat symbol will be crooked on his chest, or the black paint on the bat on the symbol will kind of bleed off into the yellow on this. Just little stuff like that. Again, all manufacturers have issues like that. All manufacturers have paint that get into the joints where you got to either heat it up or something like that. But I do know, listening to people's gripes and complaints, that is kind of a common one with some of the McFarlane stuff. So if you hear so many people saying there's got to be out there, even though I haven't experienced it a lot myself, again, I'm primarily inbox with McFarlane toys. I don't have a whole lot opened up to really give what I think a good opinion on that for myself. Another thing that did get on my nerves with them, I only noticed this on a couple of figures. I only want to mention one, but cutting corners. An example of that, the Superman figure from that Crisis Wave that had the buildable monitor figure that was this stupid priced on McFarlaneToyStore.com. Well, that Superman figure that cost so much, if you got one and lifted the cape up on his back, he didn't paint the yellow belt all the way around Superman's back. It only went back like 3/4 of the way, and then he didn't paint the belt on his back. I mean, you're paying more for that figure than what the retail, than what it usually costs in stores, and they didn't even finish painting the belt around his back. But that's just a few things with that. I'm not going to ramble on about this forever. Some good and bad, I think, with McFarlane. Now, as far as Mattel, I did not collect DC Multiverse very much when Mattel had the figure line. I do have a few of them. Actually, the ones I got, I think, are still in box. I never opened them up, so I can't give an opinion on what I thought about the quality or anything with the figures the first time they had it. I am going into this hopeful. I'm not being sad. I'm not jumping up and down for joy either, because I don't know what we're going to get, but I'm hopeful we get a good product. I just want it to be good. I don't want all the negativity and stuff surrounding everything to take this over. Let's hope Mattel gives us some good stuff. One thing I want to know is, are they going to be 6-inch figures, or are they going to be 7-inch figures? I've heard the popular opinion is 6-inch. I know the first run they had with DC, they did 6-inch scale figures, but if you look at the wrestling figures for WWE, they do, and their Masterverse figures, they're a 7-inch scale. So I wonder if they'll keep it on par with those, or they will go back to the 6-inch. My opinion, they're going to be 6-inch. They probably got the molds and stuff they used from the first time around. They're not going to want to redo all that. So I say they will be 6-inch, but if someone knows if they have officially released that detail, let me know in the comments. Everything I've read so far, I didn't read a concrete answer on what scale the figures would be from Mattel. Another thing I kind of worry about, what's the price going to be? I know that Mattel keeps their figures pretty low. I think the Masterverse figures, I've said it before, I think for the quality you get, the accessories you get, they're some of the best priced figures on the market right now for the Master of the Universe Masterverse figures. I'm thinking they're going to keep the DC stuff probably around the same price that McFarlane is, to try to not tick off, collectors from the get-go. They put it out there for a higher price. If they do put it out for a higher price, I think you're going to see a lot more features, a lot more accessories and stuff with them, versus what you got from Todd. Again, just to try to, I guess, bridge the gap there where they are transitioning back into it after fans have gotten used to McFarlane Toys versions. My biggest concern, really, with Mattel and my area is distribution. Mattel is probably one of the most, I guess, poorly distributed toy lines in my area. Masterverse figures, a restock, is very few and far between. It seems like it takes a pretty good amount of time before any new waves of Masterverse and stuff get here. Now, the Turtles of Grayskull, they did really good with that one in my area. And again, I'm just speaking for my areas. I can't speak for everywhere. I don't hunt everywhere, Mattel toys are, but I know here distribution can be an issue. I would assume with a more mainstream license like this, they're going to crank the stuff out because they're going to want to recoup the money they've had to spend to get that license. You can't do that if you're not selling product. So we'll see how that goes once they get it. And I've got a question I want to pose to my collecting friends out there who do listen to this part of my videos on Wednesday. Mattel gets the license back. They're going to crank out, everybody, I'm going to use a bad word, get ready to cover your ears. Everybody bitched because McFarlane Toys put out a lot of Batman figures. Well, guess what? Mattel's going to put out a lot of Batman figures because Batman figures sell. But my question is, they're going to put out Batman, they're going to put out Superman, they're going to put out Flash. Are you going to buy the same characters again that you've already got under DC Multiverse from McFarlane Toys under Mattel? To me, I don't know, guys. They're going to be a different scale. I hope they are 6-inch scale, honestly, because if they are 6-inch scale, I would like my DC figures to coincide with my GIJoe and my Marvel Legends and all that stuff, so you can do some cool pictures and stuff, with all the characters. But I don't know if I'm going to go crazy buying all these figures again just because they're in a different company and a different scale versus what I've already invested a lot of money in with McFarlane Toys over the last few years to get. So what do you guys think? Are you just going to buy the Mattel stuff because it's new and you want to go in on that and stay on DC? Or are you going to be a little bit more selective than you would have been, if McFarlane Toys would have kept the license and kept giving us some different variations and so on and so forth? But let me know your thoughts on that. Now, that's what I'm hoping for from Mattel. My questions for them. Now, what's next for McFarlane Toys? I've heard a lot of people saying and read articles about, oh, McFarlane's done. He's going to go out of business. I don't see that happening. McFarlane Toys has survived for years. They survived before the DC license. I think they'll survive after it. But this is my opinion. McFarlane is going to go hardcore after the Marvel license because Hasbro's deal with Marvel is up in 2026. And I think McFarlane has his sights set on that Marvel license. I think McFarlane has wanted to make Marvel figures for quite a while. And this is just an out there theory of mine. I think Todd probably wanted the DC license, but I think he was okay with letting it go because I think he wants to focus on getting that Marvel license away from Hasbro. Right now, let me know in the comments, do you think McFarlane Toys can get the license for Marvel from Hasbro? Now, with Hasbro, I think they will put in a bid to keep that license for sure, but I don't think they're going to try to go aggressive with it. What I mean with that, I don't think they're going to try to bid it so high to cut out their competition or make them put a lot of money out. They're going to bid it, but they're going to bid it in a way where if another toy manufacturer does want to take a gamble and throw a pretty good sized bid at it, they're going to be okay with letting it go. Because Hasbro's even said they want to focus more on gaming and digital platforms more than action figures and toys. And again, I think that's going to leave a doorway open for somebody to be able to get in there and take the license, for the pretty aggressive bid. If Todd does get it, I don't know, guys. It's kind of the same question with Mattel taking over DC. If Todd gets the Marvel license, are you going to buy all your Marvel figures over again? Can he keep up with distribution? Mattel, Hasbro's, they're major companies. McFarlane Toys is not a big company. It's not one of the big players. Does he have the reach and the resources to distribute worldwide like Hasbro can to get those Marvel Legends and everything's out there? Also, if he does get the Marvel license from Hasbro, is he going to do 7-inch Marvel figures? Because then you're going to piss off a whole lot of collectors who's collected the Hasbro lines, have all these 6-inch figures. Are they going to turn around and buy them again in 7-inch scale when the new stuff starts coming out? That's something I would hope if he does get it. I hope he keeps Legends 6-inch just so the ones that I've got, any new ones I were to buy would kind of go together. But I'd almost say if he gets it, they're going to be 7-inch Marvel figures. All right, now for a plan B, again, I think McFarlane wants to make Marvel figures. I think he wants to do it within the next couple of years. If he fails to get the license from Hasbro, you're going to see him either this year or if he feels he can't get the license, you're going to see him make a play for the Marvel Select brand. Everyone knows that Diamond has filed bankruptcy. They've said they are looking to sell off, some of their name or little offshoots, whatever they got under them, one of them being the Marvel Select brand. I can see McFarlane going for that because Marvel Select doesn't release as aggressively as Disney and stuff would want Marvel figures going out. So McFarlane can kind of choose his pace and what he puts out. Marvel Select are 7-inch figures. McFarlane's used to doing 7-inch figures. In my honest opinion, looking at the main Marvel license and looking at Marvel Select and looking at the size company McFarlane is, I think his best success, in my opinion anyways, would be to go after that Marvel Select and try to get that niche market versus trying to get the big guys. And then if he gets Marvel Select, he can be successful with that. He can make the Marvel collectors happy. Once he gets used to learning that, realm of collectors, maybe then when the next license comes up, he can try for the Marvel one again and know more about what he's getting into. I don't know, guys. A lot of things here with this going on. McFarlane's not going to go away. He's going to make a play for something. He's going to try to get back in the game as quickly as he can. I don't see him fading away into obscurity or taking time to reload and relaunch. He's right now he's reloading, I think, to go after that Marvel license. And I think if he can't get that, he's going to go after Marvel Select. And Todd's a gunslinger. He's a wild card. He may go after both. He may try to buy the Marvel Select license and then try to get the main Marvel license to wrap up the Marvel stuff. Who knows? But let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about that and all that good stuff? But let's get on to the rest. This has been about 15 minutes of talking about this. Let's get on to the rest of the toy news and take a look at some pre-orders and some stuff we got announced during New York Toy Fair. All right, folks, let's get the rest of the toy news wrapped up here. We're going to start on Hasbro Pulse's Instagram page. One thing, GIJoe collectors, keep in mind, the retro card backs did go up for pre-order today. You know, these characters here, plus you got Breaker, it's up for pre-order, and Snake Eyes and the Polar Bears. So we talked about these figures previously when they first announced them. They are up for pre-order now. Don't know if any of these have sold out or not. I haven't checked any online retailers, but you know, if you do want to get a pre-order in for any of these figures here, these 3 retro card backs, Snake Eyes and the Bear, or Breaker here, make sure you get that pre-order in if they are showing to be still in stock. But let's move on to some other stuff from Hasbro. This thing right here, guys. I'm pretty sure they announced this during New York Toy Fair, but you got the Victor Von Doom, Dr. Doom replica helmet. That is sweet. This is one thing I do want to get. It just depends on the price, because you got a lot coming up this month. You got the Mythic Legions Dragon, which goes up for pre-order this Friday. Then you've got Toylanta coming up at the end of this weekend. Plus, I've got a Tri-City Toy and Hobby Show, you know, the weekend before Toylanta. So this March is going to be a rough month on the old man collects. So I might have to wait on the Dr. Doom helmet here, but this does look sweet, guys. It does go up for pre-order this Thursday, March the 6th at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have not seen a price released for this, but I'm going to assume it's going to be $130 just based on what the Green Goblin helmet costs. It's $129.99, you know, in GameStops and such. So we'll see what this is when it drops, but a sweet-looking roleplay helmet coming from Marvel Legends. All right, another Marvel release we got coming this Thursday, March the 6th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have the X-Force version of Archangel, and this is a sweet-looking figure. I think the black and silver version of him, he just looks evil with that red eyes, the dark blue face, and that black and silver costume, especially with the metal wings. Archangel, I thought he was one of the cooler characters of X-Factor back in the day. I think number 24 and 25 is where you saw the first appearance of him when Apocalypse took him and ripped his wings off, his angel wings there, and gave him the metal wings. So again, cool looking figure coming here from Marvel Legends team. Again, this would be this Thursday, March the 6th, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time pre-order. Have not seen a price for this guy either. I'm assuming he'll be either $35 or $40, either, you know, $34.99 or $39.99. We'll have to wait and see. But once again, this does go up on Thursday, March the 6th, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for pre-order. All right, our last Hasbro we're going to look at here, or Marvel Legend anyway, you got Daredevil from Daredevil Born Again. That actually premiered tonight as I'm recording this. Can't wait to watch this show, but you got the Charlie Cox version of Daredevil here. This does go up for pre-order the day this video drops, Wednesday, March the 5th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be pre-ordering one of these figures. I don't have a Charlie Cox version of Daredevil in my collection, and I would like to remedy that. So I will be grabbing this one for my Marvel Legends collection. Look forward to doing that. But this one, again, does go up for pre-order Wednesday, the day this video drops, March the 5th, at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you get you a Charlie Cox Daredevil. All right, last thing on Hasbro Pulse we're going to look at. This is another sweet tribute figure here from GIJoe's 60th anniversary. That is the Firefighter, the Search and Rescue Firefighter. This is one I'm going to be tempted to get. You know, back when I'm in my hometown where I'm from, knew a lot of guys on the volunteer fire department and stuff. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a fireman. I know that's kind of a cliche, wanting to be a police officer, wanting to be a fireman, whatever, but I wanted to be a fireman through a lot of the younger years of my life. So I may grab this figure out here for the Manhunt once this does go up for pre-order. I don't see it on here, but I think this is pre-order now. Okay, this is up for pre-order now. I need to get my butt off my microphone here and go get this thing pre-ordered. I think this thing's $35. I'm not for sure. I may look before the end of the video here and let you guys know, but it is up for pre-order now as you're watching this. If it's not sold out, the GIJoe Legacy Collection Search and Rescue Firefighter. Look at all the accessories you get with that, man. That is sweet. A lot of cool stuff with that one. All right, guys, let's move on now to some NECA. And here we have a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and Universal Monster crossover. We have Shredder as Dracula, or as I am dubbing him, Shredula. He is hitting, look at this, $39.99. Got to give a shout out to Action Figure Now. By the way, congratulations. I had forgotten to say this on the channel. We're stopping the news right here. Congratulations, Justin and Stu, with Action Figure Now. Nerdzoic does the Nerdies each year. They were voted YouTube toy channel Rookie of the Year. A great channel, guys. Justin and Stu are doing some great work on action figure now. I want to put a link to their channel in the description of this video. If you're not familiar with them, go check out their channel. They do a lot of good content, toy hunts, toy talks, toy reviews, all kinds of good stuff. So go check them out and give them some YouTube love as well. But congratulations again, Justin and Stu from Action Figure Now on winning YouTube Rookie of the Year. But they were talking to me about NECA conditioning everyone for a $39.99 price point. And looking here at this shredder, right there it is, Justin, buddy. Or actually, I don't know which one messaged me from the Action Figure Now account, but one of those guys called it $39.99 here for the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Universal Monster crossover. But I gotta say, if they're going to pick a figure to try to get you to pay more for, look at this thing. They picked a good one. Look at that face sculpt. Oh my God, that's awesome. This is going to be one, guys. I don't know how much I want to pay $40 for a NECA figure, but oh man, this one looks sweet. This might be one I have to give in on and pay I guess that higher NECA tax, whatever it's going to be. This is an awesome looking figure, but the way it's been, my luck, I'll buy this thing for $40. It'll hit clearance in a couple of weeks, for 25 or something like that. But awesome looking figure, comes with good accessories. You can get a 2-pack here for $75. That comes with Dracula Shredder or Shredula, and then Splinter Van Helsing if you want to grab that. But once again, I don't know, guys, $40 for that. I want to see it in person. If I see it in store, that'll help sway my decision. But just look at the pictures here of it. It looks awesome. But again, this is coming from NECA, and they're expecting that to ship in the second quarter of 2025. All right, another NECA. I think this is up for pre-order now in the NECA store. I didn't look it up on there. I'm on their Instagram page, but you got the striped suit Beetlejuice coming up with a little baby there. I may grab this one. I'm not for sure if I want to get it or not. I was going to pass on the one they had out here a while back until I found it on clearance because I figured they would give us the ultimate striped suit Beetlejuice, and here it is, now up for pre-order. For anybody wanting to grab this thing, again, I probably should have looked it up on NECA's website, but they got some stuff here. You can check it out wherever you pre-order your NECA from. It should be on there. It's not exclusive to the store. But we may grab this one. This is another one I want to see it in person before I fully commit to it. I don't know. That head sculpt, again, I haven't seen the new movie. It may look exactly like him, but it doesn't look like the classic Beetlejuice to me very good. But this one is up for pre-order now, wherever you like to buy your NECA toys from. All right, now I usually at this point give a shout out to In Pursuit of Toys. I'm actually going to use a different source for Toy Fair news. We're going to go with Toy News International. That is toynewsi.com. I will have a link to their page on in the description of this video if you want to go there and check it out. But I'm on their site now taking a look at some of the stuff they got here from New York Toy Fair. Now, one thing has been announced. Loyal Subjects got the mask license. So we're going to see some mask toys hitting the shelves again from the Loyal Subjects. They have a price scale here. I don't know what is what, but $30, $50, $75, and $99. And here you can see some of the images they've got on here for the mask stuff. That right there, the Gull Wing, I will buy. If I don't buy anything else of the mask toys from Loyal Subjects, I will buy the Gull Wing. I had that when I was a kid. I love the way it looks like an old classic 80s to early 90s model Camaro. So that will be going in my collection when that does hit. I know I'm going through these kind of quick, guys, but again, I talked forever about Mattel and McFarlane and DC, so we're just trying to get to the rest of the news here. But you can see the stuff here coming from Mask. Where's the truck? Where is the truck? We can't turn this off without showing the truck. The Gull Wing again. Come on. Where is it? There we go. I had the Gull Wing. I can't remember what the truck is called, guys. I apologize. I had this too when I was a kid. I had a lot of mask toys, I guess, before I discovered, GIJoe and the other stuff with Transformers and all that. But again, you got some mask toys coming here from the Loyal Subjects. I don't know a timeline of when this is supposed to come out, but again, we should be seeing that stuff hopefully pretty soon. And you know how some of the best action stuff is, and maybe something we find at Ross one of these days after it goes through its retail cycle. But our next Toy Fair news, let's take a look at some stuff Uncle Todd did show. Check out this Page Puncher Supergirl that's coming. This looks amazing. I did pick up the one that hit Target stores here a while back, the gold label. That was based off the TV show, or I guess the WV, CW, whatever it was, the Arrowverse, I guess, characters there. Looking at this, kind of wish I hadn't got that one. This looks awesome. A comic version of Supergirl. This may be one I pick up when we do find it out there, but an awesome looking figure. And again, I just kind of skipped to this one. He also announced a wave of Super Friends figures. I'm assuming these are going to be in the scale of like Batman 66. That does not look like regular multiverse figures. That's going to be like the Batman 66 figures when these start to come out. But you got Sinestro, they showed Lex Luthor. That looks awesome. You've got the Hal Jordan Green Lantern, also looks pretty sweet. You got Batman there with the awesome shading on the cowl. And then you have a red stickered platinum. You got the Riddler figure there. Now, I missed the version of this when the Multiverse Riddler was out. There was a platinum of that figure that had this outfit on. But you do have some Super Friends carded line here coming from McFarlane Toys. Now, with this one, I kind of wonder, McFarlane lost that license. Is this going to be like a one and done? Is he going to do more of these? Or maybe this one wave might be all we get. You know, we're not going to have the license here for about another year and a few months. So we'll see if any more of them come. But that way, he did show that wave off at Toy Fair. We also got an upcoming release here from Collector's Editions of Hawk Girl. This also looks sweet. I will buy Hawk Girl when I find her to go with the Hawkman figure I got. And you also know it's a collector's edition. There's going to be a platinum variant. We'll have to see what it looks like, if we're going to track them both down or just one or the other. You have another version of Mr. Terrific going to hit. I'm not familiar with his character. I'm sure that's another look of him from the comics. But once again, you got another version of him coming. You've got Connor or Green Arrow, the Connor Hawk version. This also looks pretty sweet, I think. I may grab this one when it drops. This is a gold label. This kind of feels like a Target gold label to me. I don't know why. It's just me spitballing here. We'll have to wait and see. But gold label, it's either going to be Target or Walmart exclusive, either one. And look at this Gordon figure. Right there is a purchase. That will be in my collection whenever that drops. I will definitely grab the James Gordon. Again, no kind of release dates or anything on this. This is just images of stuff he had on display at New York Toy Fair. At least to my knowledge, there's not any release dates yet. And we got Kong and Batman, so you got Superman and Godzilla coming as well. There's a better picture of the Superman here in a little bit, but you got Godzilla there, the little Superman that scales with him, and then you do have the 7-inch Superman that will come with it, the same way they did with Batman and King Kong. There is Our Man, another gold label. Again, that'll either be, in my opinion, a Walmart or a Target exclusive. You've got some variants coming here of one of the classic Batman. You got the orange suit Batman. I think there's an orange suit, a purple suit, and a regular suit, if I'm not mistaken. This is a Superman that comes with the Godzilla. I'm not crazy about that head sculpt. Looks like he has braces. Does it not? I mean, it may not be in real. When you see the actual figure, it looks like he's got braces on in that picture there. But I do like the colors and the body of it there, but that head sculpt kind of sucks. Hopefully it does come with a different head sculpt. That right there will be a purchase when they have the gold and black version of Azrael there. That looks sweet. I cannot wait to see that come out. It's on a display base here. I wonder what that's going to be. That's going to be like a McFarlane Toy Store exclusive or something through Big Bad or Entertainment Earth or something like that. But either wherever that comes from, Man Collects will be pre-ordering one of those Azrael figures for the collection. And the background back there, you see the radioactive rabbit. That's the glow-in-the-dark Captain Carrot that was put out for pre-order on Amazon here a while back. Looking forward to getting that sometime this year as well. Starman, that's a sweet-looking figure. A red sticker platinum in the page punchers. And there is the purple suit of Batman. Okay, here we go. Is this finally going to be Archer? Archer, buddy, if you're watching, is this finally going to be it? Is this going to be a definitive Superman? Looking at it from the neck down, I could say yes. That head sculpt, though, kind of looks like Jay Leno and Conan O'Brien. Maybe Jay Leno through here, Conan O'Brien from there up. I don't know. But I don't know about the head sculpt on that one. But this is another one I want to see in person. Not trying to be negative, but Todd has just not given us this sexy Superman. We need a good Superman, Todd, before the license goes away. Come on, man. Give us a good one. If it's had a little bit better head sculpt looking at this render, this could be it. But again, when we see it in person, we'll know for sure. All right, we also got, I forget who this is. I have no idea who that character is. I can't see the bottom, so I'm not going to pretend like I know who it is because I don't. But that's also a red sticker platinum coming from the Page Punchers line. Oh, this looks sweet. This has got Justice Society over here for the comic. That looks somewhat kind of like a Kingdom Come Superman to me, if it had the gray there on the sides. But I like that black and red S. That is sweet. This one I will probably buy because I like the black and red S there. I like this body they're using here for Superman. It looks like the same one that's on the Flasher or the 40s animation. I think it's what they call it. It's out right now. Sweet looking figure. May grab that one when it comes out. I'm guessing that's going to be a page puncher. I see the branding there in the back. All right, we're through all those. We're back to her. Let's move on here to the next thing with McFarlane, and something that I've actually seen some buzz from Turtles collectors for online. They're going to be doing 5-inch turtle figures here based on the comics and their page punchers. So that's going to be kind of cool to see them do some Ninja Turtle stuff. But right there is kind of hard to see. That's just some different artists there, stuff on the what they're showing. I think Leonardo, I haven't seen any other leaked images of any of the turtle figures. If anybody else has, let me know. But again, they look kind of like the Loyal Subjects figures to me. But we'll see how McFarlane does with them. He does a better job than what Best Action can do. But these will be 5-inch figures that are coming with the comic under the Page Puncher line. You got some turtle stuff coming. So kind of cool to see Todd he's already kind of branching away from DC a little bit with the turtle stuff here. So we'll see what else he's got coming down the pipe. One thing he has coming down the pipe that was foreshadowing, in case you didn't see what I was doing, I am excited about this. I've seen a lot of people complaining about these. This is Mortal Kombat 2, guys. My friend Kenny, I refer to as Bob all the time, is by far the greatest Mortal Kombat 2 player of all time. He is also very excited, especially for these two, Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Can't wait to see these start hitting. Now, I did read on McFarlane, not McFarlane Toys, but McFarlane.com, they anticipate summer of 2025 for these things to start to hit. The first wave is going to be, you got Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Liu Kang, and Katana, and then there's a 2-pack. There it is with Sub-Zero and Melina. So can't wait to see these things start to hit, guys. I don't know about the 2-pack, but I'm definitely, these two right here, I will purchase. I will get myself a set, and I'll help my buddy get a set of them as well. But really looking forward to these combat classics from Mortal Kombat. I was kind of hoping to see Jada do some Mortal Kombat figures so they would scale with the Street Fighter, but, I'm okay. I've got some of Todd's Mortal Kombat 11 figures. Personally, I like them. So I'm okay seeing this. I like their throwbacks to Mortal Kombat 2. I can't wait to see what other classic figures he gives us. Some Kanos, some Kentaros, stuff like that. Give us a cheaper alternative to Storm Collectibles, which are very nice figures, but also they carry a pretty big wallop there on the wallet. So we'll see what Todd gives us as a more cheaper alternative. What's the last one I got up here? Oh, I tried to save the best for last, guys, as far as the Toy Fair stuff we're going to talk about. Trick or Treat Studios is going to be bringing some heat when this stuff comes out. Number one, check this out. You've got the Crow, the comic version of Eric Draven. This is going to be sweet. Now, the only thing about this, I wonder about the articulation, how much it's going to be articulated. It looks like it's got some joints here on them. We'll see when they get released how articulated they are, but this looks sweet. You get some different head sculpts. You got the trench coat, the katana, because in the comic now, he used a katana sword. That's one thing the remake movie, and as bad as it did suck, got right. He did use a katana sword a lot in the comic, but I can't wait to see this drop. This will be something I will pre-order to get out here in the collection, is the comic version here of Eric Draven from The Crow. You got some molds here they were showing for some different stuff they're going to do from Hellraiser. And it says coming 2026. We'll have to wait a while on that. I don't think the Crow, that one says coming 2026, but I don't think that's the Crow. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see when that one's coming. Maybe that was a 2026 announcement. I'm not for sure. But there you got those again. Here you got Terrifier and Leprechaun. Now I got to get a Leprechaun figure. Now NECA used to be the kings of the horror figures, but looking at what Trick or Treat Studios was showing here, if they got some pretty good articulation on these, they may be giving NECA a run for their money. I mean, check out that Texas Chainsaw. And you can see there you've got joints in the elbow, so you know it's going to have elbow articulation at the minimum. And all the different hands, head sculpt, the hammer, the chainsaw, and all that stuff. This one also, I'm guessing all of these must be coming in 2026. They've all got this little placard there around the figures. And look at the RoboCop. And it shows some better closer-up pictures of these here in a little bit. But you got RoboCop, and then you got Red Foreman over here with the big gun where he's going to be shooting at him. I've got a NECA figure RoboCop. I need some more RoboCop in my collection. So once again, depending on the price points of these things and the quality when they do start to hit, we may have to add that one to the collection as well. There's some more Terrifier figures they've got coming. Some Fallout. There's another close-up of the Pinhead. Got some more stuff there. There we go, the Brandon Lee Crow. Not only are we getting Eric Draven in comic form, we're getting the Brandon Lee version as well. Both of those will be purchases. And one thing that I think is awesome, Maniac Cop. Has anybody seen Maniac Cop movies? Some good old classic B scary movies there. Maniac Cop is coming to the Manhunt as well whenever I can order him and get him. But the Crow figures, and Maniac Comp are going to be definite purchases for me from the stuff they showed at Toy Fair. You do have some Thundercats stuff, and no disrespect to Thundercats, I don't collect it, so we're going to kind of move through that. There's a closer picture of Boddicker from RoboCop figure. There is RoboCop. We got a couple more here. Another closer shot of Eric Draven there from the comic. Guys, that is sweet. That's the best thing they announced, in my opinion, for Trick or Treat Studios, is that Eric Draven comic figure. And then you got another shot of Boddicker. Oh, all right, guys. A lot of toy news this week. That's why the toy hunt was a little bit shorter than usual. We tried to cut it down a little bit here. Here we are, people, back over here at the, I guess, reveal portion of the desk, which is about 3 foot over from where I sit when I do the toy news. Anyways, let's wrap this up, everybody, with the toy haul. Now, as usual, I don't have anything from the retail portion of the haul to show you. I was able to resist some of the stuff I saw at Ross, mainly the Brainiac Skull Ship, because I've already got it. I just don't need to get another one just because it's $4. But let's get down to what we do have. I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things, pre-orders that came in. Well, 2 of them were not pre-orders, the other ones were. But let's take a look at what was not pre-orders first. Again, Archer, buddy, you're gonna laugh at me. I like this line. I can't help it. I like these figures. The deluxe ones. I got the Venom and the Iron Spider here a while back. I thought they were fun, so I did order the Hulk one. But look who the accessories come with here with the Hulk. He got Thanos's parts, so we also got to have Thanos. And it comes with the Infinity Gauntlet, which actually has the Infinity Gems, not the Infinity Stones, which is kind of reminiscent of the old comic book series from the 90s. So, yep, these right here are going to be a future review video from the Man Collects since I cracked these out. And one of my viewers did let me know that the joints on Thanos here are easy to break, so I have to be careful. Thank you for whoever, I can't remember the person's name now that left me that little tip on there, but I do appreciate that. All right, other stuff we've got here. I pre-ordered this during CollectorCon for Walmart. Now, I heard some people saying theirs were getting canceled, so I'm glad mine didn't get canceled, but we did get our classic Skeletor here. I'm going to crack him open. Guys, look at the head sculpt on that guy. Look at the skeleton in there. That is sweet. They did a really good job on that. Seeing stuff like this makes me a little optimistic on what they might do with multiverse. So I'm trying to stay positive about that. I've already talked about that enough at this point in the video, but we did get Skeletor. Last 4 pickups I got. This will also be a little review on the channel. I'm going to make my kids help me with this one, but we did get our silver screen Toonie Terrors. We got Frankenstein's monster. We got Dracula. We got the Mummy. And we got the Wolfman. It's like I said, dropped it. Been looking for these things in Targets. Finally found them here a couple weeks ago. Didn't find them all, but I think I found them all but him. Didn't find the Wolfman, but I had ordered them from NECA. Now, I will say, NECA did a crappy job packing these things. The cards come in all warped and bent, but I want to open these anyway, so I really don't care. But all right, everybody, that is it as far as my haul goes, and that is it for the Wednesday video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Well, let's wrap this up as usual with social media plugs for the Man Collects. Instagram, description of the video, about page on YouTube, splash on the screen. I'll show you ways to find me on Instagram. Look me up on there, send me a message, give me a follow, should you choose to. Then we have the YouTube channel, The Man Collects. If you are that first-time viewer or you're that repeat viewer who has not yet subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel to see what comes down the pipe here on YouTube. We're at the middle of the week. We're trying to get to our weekend toy hunt extravaganza. I hope you're having a great week. I'll see you back here Thursday night for a trading card rip, Friday for a toy hunt. That's the next 2 times the man will come around.